We are going to get the prio pick of the Gwen here for Zeus. As you highlighted, the Pantheon did in fact come through, so...
As there is the Jax that we all expected. Doran has been fantastic on this pick throughout most of his career, but I think even his laning phase is kind of terrifying now as well.
Looks like Keria is still more than happy, and I think they can use a good amount of teamfight CC because the setup of just a Skarner I think generally isn't really enough to try and fight off.
And there's also not a massive amount of AoE for the Rakan to worry about here. Of course, the rocks are going to be annoying. And so...
Hold up.
Okay, there's going to be a bit of a flick here in this mid lane.
No.
We'll go back to the draft.
Do not get this.
Don't worry.
Do not get distracted.
So it's a different draft.
It's like when you get your ultimate to like level, like mid game.
What?
So if you have, they're not Aegis, right? But if you had...
Well, Faker is in a bit of trouble. He has to flash, and then the flash follow from Zeka is too good. Quite find the grand entrance, but let's have a look at this one more time from Zeka's perspective. He just finds the shove.
And then sitting on only a tier, but still has the damage, making sure that there's no jungler to ruin his day. Actually, they're right there, frets the Q in between the two minions.
Very, very nice. I feel like Gwen should really be having this much of a bad time in the matchup. As Peanut looking to move over, as Faker is going to be here. And Peanut does get put in prison, but Ona not really interested in following up on that one. And with Taliyah moving over, it is a scary time. Ona might be in a little bit of trouble as Zeus is going to make the first roam, but there is the knockup onto two. Ona looks at the angle, doesn't quite get it, as now the needlework is coming through. Another shove! He's going to come down from the grave, and he's got Zeus trying to find Keria here. The flash follow immediately, but the grand entrance was already right there. Still, the Jax goes down, and Ona isn't even going to be able to take down the Gwen. HLE, a dominating first skirmish.
And Hawali's like, I don't know about this one. Maybe Zeus an issue?
Yeah, it does find the counter-strike. There's the grand entrance as well. And Zeus, I mean, Delight's there to watch, but he is just dead. No making his way out of that one.
That's Triforce done. That's such a big spike for Jax. Actually, champion now is Faker.
Yeah, could be in a bit of trouble. Does have the grand entrance there from Keria to try and peel, but still HLE are on the march. Ona looking to make his way over, and they will see the Scorpion and look to back away, or will they? Looking for maybe a bit of an angle, because even Peanut is doing a lot of damage with that first item completion.
He is going to be looking to play the game from 2 items onwards, as Zeus didn't know Faker was there, but he is phase rush, so...
because T1 often gets Earth, Wind, and Fire. Don't tell me why, it's just a thing. All right, Peanut looking for an angle that Ona finds him. The Impale comes on down. The Crescent Guard did come on through, and Peanut stayed alive for a little bit longer than he otherwise would have, but still, Delight is going to die as well, and that is 2 very quick picks for T1.
And be at half health again. So, yeah, just didn't check it. Flash E.
Yeah.
So clean, and even though the ult goes off, you can see it doesn't matter. The Impale is there. The follow-up of the Rakan, very clean as well, and the Delight goes in trying to...
Yeah, it's a defensive team fighting.
Let's look. Yeah.
As, Peanut thought that he knew what was going on.
No, that's...
This wanders past. That is going to be the Rise actually picking up the Drake here, as Peanut not able to find a steal. And like I said, it's going to be a Mountain Soul as Faker, once again, phase rushing. That's going to help him out. And does find a Rune Prison onto Zeka here, who's looking to slow down Ona, but Keria gets into the backside and will be able to find the Taliyah. Seraph's not going to keep him alive. And it's Ona that actually gets the kill. I'm not sure about this one, Gumiushi, as there is an exhaust, but the rest of the team make their way over. Peanut gonna be cleaned up by the Scorpion.
Oh no, not the TP!
Yep. And the triple kill now for Ona, as Zeus looking to try and salvage the play, but instead I think he's just lining the pockets of his former teammates, and Viper is dead as well. That is a clean ace, somehow, for some reason, at 17 minutes.
Obviously bait. As you highlight, it's just a clean ace, and now they are at a 5k gold deficit.
Yep, the game has just disappeared. You know the Black Knight?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like gets its arms and legs chopped off.
Yeah, it's just a flesh wound.
Yeah, just a flesh wound. This game, very similar to his opinion on stuff, you know. And with optimism, you never know what you can achieve. As Delight's going to have to press ult, just don't know whether it's going to quite be enough. Does get missed by the Impale, as Zeka trying to do damage where he can. In goes Peanut, looks for an angle onto Gumiushi.
But just don't...
Now
oh, he's dead.
Oh, dear.
Come on.
Well, he may have a circle, so I think he might be all right, as it's Carrier that makes his way in. Faker is inside the circle, though, ready to do damage.
Okay, he's not dead. Sorry, I was getting a little... Oh, he's dead.
He is some dead. However,
unless...
does have a very nice shove.
A chance, Atlas?
And you... Yep. And Faker is only going to get more and more
Atlas,
terrifying.
I feel robbed.
A couple of assists and a kill, while the rest of his team doesn't get any...
Why can't... That doesn't work, because if he gets
that's still the task, okay? Zona could be in a little bit of trouble here, but Gumayusi is there to defend. Takes half the health bar from Viper in an instant as the redemption comes down to try and keep them safe. Teleport's coming in, they're on a timer now as the cleanse out from Viper. He's keeping himself alive. Gumayusi now right in amongst the enemy team with 0 mana. He'll be dead as now Carrier off to the side and Doran gets in, finds the counter-strike onto Viper. The flash out though, and Viper is fine. The snip comes through, the blast cone though gets Doran back in the fight to dominate HLE, and now Peanut having to run his way out. That's a seismic shove though, that's going to help out, and he finds the big rock. Down goes the Jax, and now Peanut realizes that maybe it's safe to go back in and do battle.
League analysis.
Yeah.
None of the other regions have seemingly picked this up yet.
Oh, that's okay. Seismic Shove is going to push back Owner here. I prefer not to talk about it because I was quite distressed with the fact that we did make leaps and bounds, but no one else has really read the scientific paper.
Who did the peer review?
That was my cat. Yeah. And he was really good at it.
The line, no!
The cow, not doing so well. T1 can play the Baron game. They are very good at it. They're going to start this one up right now. Zeus looking to try and stop it, but they have no information.
TP's coming in.
Yeah. Well, at least Peanut is going to be able to make it towards the pit. But Doran gets in, goes golden, and that is enough space bought here. Zeus now trying to do some of the needlework, as Delight's also made his way back through. But that is going to be an impale only onto a cow. But I think T1 are okay with just giving over their Scorpion.
You are a potential man, but you actually reached it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, T1, they have the potential to win this team fight as well, but the rocks are down. There's the closing on to Faker, but he goes golden. There's the double impale, but the redemption is there to try and keep them alive. Carrier's going down low, but they've already lost the jungler and the cow. Now Viper is trying to fend off Doran, but I don't like his odds enough. Fighting Gumayusi stays alive, and now Doran is just inside the enemy base, as he is wont to do. I don't know whether it's necessarily a good idea, though, because this counter-strike is going to do nothing, and then he's going to die.
That item up on Guma, that is tough to deal with.
Not to mention Doran as well, as True Shot Barrage not going to quite find the mark there, as nice seismic shove is going to connect, but Owner is very tanky. As you were saying, he gets redeemed as well, which he gets hit by the redemption for the heal. Saying redeemed really doesn't really help sell what was happening in that situation. Is nice flick over the wall there onto Owner once again. He's going to have to flash. This is very tense. And remember, T1 still have a 4K gold lead, but it's shrinking, right? Like, it's 3.7. I need to not necessarily do the rounding anymore as Delight. Oh, God. Yeah, that's a costly face check. Doesn't actually go down. Doesn't use the ultimate, but he will need to go back most likely. Does have the redemption, and these big ones are starting to hurt.
Not their whole identity, but it's a big chunk of it for the last couple of years. So they are going to force you to keep face checking, and this time they've pulled the trigger for real.
Yep, there's the information going over. Zeus looking for that angle. Not actually spotted, but I don't think they're going to be able to stop this, as the Baron is just taken. Now Doran going to get flicked back, but HLE can't stop T1 from getting out because they have a Realm Warp, and now they're looking for a re-engage. Arcane Shift is going to be decent, but that flick is not going to connect from Zeka. And HLE...
And Halma Live going to have to hold on for the next 2 minutes.
Comp, right? You've got Talia, you can lock them in with walls.
Arrow's short range, by the way. Like, the stage for this comp is not great.
Yep. And if you're diving on top of an Alistair, you're not feeling fantastic. There's the flick back, not able to get Owner over the wall, as now with the Crescent Guard, Peanut looking to keep himself alive. True Shot Barrage does a lot of work, but Doran buys a lot of time as everyone's going golden. Carrier looking for some angles with this quickness and not actually able to find quite the value, as Zeus almost just dies as Viper gets in front of the rocket. And Zeus keeps himself up with that arm guard. Still T1, they win the health trades. As now the Scorpions driving in, the Realm Warp comes down as well. Viper keeps himself alive though, but still T1 have broken open the base, and man, this play is so disciplined from T1. No one dying, but look at their base, it's in shambles. The wall now going to come down, trying to convince T1 to leave.
And now they're just going to keep on sieging, but Top lane inhibitor wasn't taken yet. Doran's trying to make sure that that's not the case in Sin Zone. To Jax, it just...
And Delight wraps around, does see Doran on that flank angle.
Spotted. They're on vision.
Yeah, there's a counter-strike. It just catches Zeka, and there is the Dragon going down. The Realm Warp to deliver the rest of T1, but it's only Faker that comes in. Still, Doran gets himself out. The exhaust is onto Peanut, not exactly highest value, as Zeus will block off the entrance. And Faker just buying some time where he can, but still able to get one of these kills. Still, Zeus gets into that backline, has to go golden, not out of the woods just yet as he does flash dash, but still dies. And now Doran being a menace, but will be going down himself.
They have to keep going!
Yep, the wall comes on through as Zeka is trying to buy the space. A flick back on Ona once again, but he gets the impale. And Gumayusi does so much damage, so does Viper though. Carrier uses that arm guard, and now Ona is tanking for days.
Look at the base!
Viper is a monster! Gumayusi gonna get taken down to the GA. Ona is pretty much invincible as Peanut gets out of the brush. They're able to take down the Corki, but he almost kills Viper. And Ona is immortal.
If he doesn't find that flash E, it might have been a disaster, but now the Hail Mary Baron.
Well, it's going down extraordinarily fast. Ona gets headbutted out, so it's Peanut that's able to lock down the Baron. Still, Doran going golden, but the knockup will interrupt. All right, the Realm Warp to try and get T1 out of there. They will leave, but the Baron is now circulating HLE.
To Genji, to T1's level.
Oh my goodness.
They have to keep going.
Zeus goes in. Yeah, they just need to take down these turrets.
There's one more super minion trying his best.
Yep, there is the Weaver as well. Faker goes golden, but it's not going to save the turret. The Impale's only onto Delight, and they get on top of it.
They got him!
Down goes Faker, and now Carrier trying to be the hero gets into the backline. But my God, the damage as HLE tear through T1, and this will be a series chronicler. This is not even the series win, and we're losing our minds. This just means we get another one out of HLE and T1 here today.
The journal knew! The tempo vibes were still there for Hanwha Life!
Maybe the other regions will now listen.
알아봐. 폴키 노플이고. 타. 야, 라이즈 폴 있어. 야, 라이즈 뛰었어. 밀어줄게. 나 W 3초. 너무 좋아. 스카너. 야, 폴키 볼 수 있는 사람. 폴키 노플. 나이스. 야, 끝내. 야, 잭스 노전이야 노플. 아, 이겼어. 야, 잭스 잡을 생각해줘. 잡아. 아, 잘했다. 나이스. 계속 해보자. 일단 잘했다.